Hello everyone. Hello and welcome back to the great Chronicles. So, alright, this is the last run. Last case, which is actually half a case. And yeah, we are in a bad spot. But we used Iris's lucky charm, which happened to be some kind of radio device. We let us speak to Sholmes, who's on the boat. So now probably we can investigate the boat. I wonder how that's going to work, but I guess we're going to find out soon enough. Alright, let's get in. Let's get in. SS Grouse. Oh, well, I know how much you enjoy being the hero of the hour, Sholmes. Sorry. We have but half that now before the Grouse puts to sea again. If we don't conclude our investigation rapidly, we shall find ourselves in Naples before long. Well, I mean, I don't know. Trip to Italy wouldn't be so bad. There are times, Mikutaba, when you make a surprising amount of sense. Surprising. So, let us begin. Hey, I know you. Wait. It's the same... Wait. Is this Buria? Buria? That's weird. First class cabin number 2. Yes, this is the one. But I don't believe an investigation of the cabin is going to be plain sailing. Oh dear. No, it's not the same crewman. Oh, that crewman standing in front of the door is an angry-looking fellow. Why you are loitering here? Who are you? Oh, my dear fellow, you do not recognize a world-famous great detective when you see one? The question really ought to be, who are you? Oh, do you not recognize world-traveling great sailor? Hey, it is Stroganoff. Chicken, I know it's his brother. It was beef Stroganoff. Do you not recognize world-traveling great sailor Chicken Stroganoff when you see? Great detective? Oh, I don't think so. Do you see that, Mikutaba? It would appear that this man is a devoted follower of mine. I don't know what happened with the M over there, but I don't know. Oh, goodness me! Is that a tattoo that says Sholmes? I don't think it's a tattoo. Oh wait, they don't have magic markers then. I don't know. I must say, while such adoration is flattering, naturally, it does leave me a little cold. What are you talking about? Leave now. How distressing. My loyal devotee knows me only by name and not by appearance. And yet, I already know a great deal about you, sir. You have a brother, I believe. Like yourself, he's a shipman. Currently traveling the world aboard a Russian steamship, in fact. Oh, how could you know this? Elementary, my dear Mikotoba. Oh, I'm sure it was. Oh, 3 days ago, I was bound for London aboard this ship. You see? We're looking for one of my fellow passengers, a man by the name of Chikoku. There is no one with this name on board. Oh, but we know that he purchased a ticket for passage. Oh, you mean Easterman. He left ship 2 hours ago. Here, at Dunkirk, he said something about emergency, I think. What? Are you sure? So, Seishiro's realized that they were after him. That we're after him. Wait, what? So Seishiro's realized that we're after him, has he? Wait. What? Wait. They're after him? What does that mean? What? This cabin is the one behind you. We should like to investigate, please. No, I have orders not to let even mouse inside. Mikotoba, be a good man and draw the sailor's attention away, would you? Make up some excuse so that he leaves the area. Doesn't great detective see that even sailors have ears both left and right? Oh, curses! The plan is ruined. And you have only yourself to blame, I'm afraid, Sholmes. Typical Sholmes. Forget it. Cabin door is locked. Even if I am not here, you cannot get inside. Oh, Mikotoba. I'm sure you haven't forgotten my special talent, have you? Oh, opening any lock. Within a mere 5 seconds. So, you should be so kind as to afford me the requisite time, old friend, in your typically accommodating manner. Oh, how could I refuse such typically an unappealing request, old friend? So, I need to distract that burly sailor for 5 seconds, do I? Good man! So, the game is afoot. Alright, we need to examine what's going on around. Oh, this would appear to be an alarm bell. All hell would break loose if that thing were to ring. The whole crew would know about it. Okay, leave it alone for now. No, I think not. That would never work, surely. I need to concoct another distraction. Hey, wait, what do we have? We don't have an inventory. Okay. Inventory. Oh, that's another first-class cabin, and yet its door is completely unguarded. Empty as well. I had a quick look inside earlier. Though I confess, I didn't investigate the wardrobe. There may very well be a young Japanese fellow inside, perspiring merrily. If you're referring to Naruto, you know very well that he's currently perspiring merrily in court. Does it not strike you though, Mikotoba, Why the man stands guard only in front of this cabin, when both are apparently vacant? This must be a mousetrap, I think. Perhaps I could distract the crewman's attention with this somehow. Oh, let's try it. Choo-choo! That sounds like Big Mouse in trap. Choo-choo being the sound of a mouse in Japanese. Choo-choo! I will bring bucket of water later and put out of misery. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. In any case, my dear fellow, that was quite unconvincing. Only Japanese mice make a chew sound. Oh really, Sholmes? And pray tell, what sounds do Russian mice make? PP! Naturally! But also quite unconvincing. I readily admit. So go ahead, Mikutoba. Do a PP this time. No, thank you. I'm sure I can come up with an alternative solution. What's that? What's that? Ah, the switch for the electrical lights. Perhaps if I were to turn off the lights, the crewmen wouldn't be able to see what we're doing. Flick the switch. Oh, what is happening? Where is the light? Now, Sholmes, now! What? Nobody there. Oh, that was a close shave. Quite a knack you have, stumbling so violently in an apparently empty corridor. Oh, do be quiet, Sholmes. I shall have to think of another approach. What do we have here? That's the plow. That's the way back to the deck. But we certainly can't give up on this now. Oh, he's like a Neo-Temple Guardian statue. Guardian statue. This fellow. The way he's glaring at us so fiercely. Tell me, why are you standing guard here if the cabin is unoccupied? Because this area is only for first-class passengers. We must look out for suspicious criminals. Oh, he was looking straight at me when he said that. Oh, my dear fellow. As you can plainly see, we are quite unsuspicious as criminals go. But still criminals. No, oh no, for goodness sake. Sholmes, tell the man, we're neither suspicious nor criminals. Ah yes, quite right, Mikutoba. Curses, the seaman is far too able for his own good. Be extremely careful in what you say. Oh, one of us ought to be, yes. Okay, then there's only this. Okay, the alarm bell. Okay, let's do it. Here goes then. Pardon me in advance. You! What are you doing? If we were at sea, that would be a very bad problem. What's going on down there? Seaman Stroganoff, report at once. Uh, Sorry, sir. Nothing to report. It was just stupid trick. No, not by me. By world famous. No, as I told you. Now, Sholmes, now. Done. Not even 5 seconds, eh? Well, don't stand there gulping at my brilliance, Mikutaba. In we go. Oh, yes. Oh dear. Third of November. SS Grouse. First class cabin number 2. Oh, good gracious. It would appear that the occupants of this cabin did indeed disembark rather hurriedly. Those clothes on the floor there, they are Seishiro's, without question. Well, it seems we are just a little too late. Oh yes, by about 2 hours. Still, whilst we're here, we should investigate thoroughly. There may be well 2 hours worth of clues to find in here. Oh, but the burly crewman may return at any moment, Sholmes. Indeed he may, which makes this all the more thrilling. Alright, examine everything. Quite the exquisite glass, I must say. See here, how it, Is something wrong? Sholmes, you suddenly trailed off. Ice, Mikutaba. Ice! What opulence the first-class passengers enjoy. Chilled drinks. Pardon? Could it be that this Thames ship is equipped with an electrically refrigerated cold room, do you think? Ah, well, it is a luxury liner after all. It is. They have enormous refrigerators for storing all sorts of lavish produce as well as ice. On our voyage from Japan, we enjoyed culinary delights from all over the world. Suddenly, Mikutaba. The sight of you making my mouth water. What? I haven't taken the flavor of the food I ate, you know? What's that? There's a speaking tube here. Look! Oh, it's been stoppered with some clothes. So the voices of the crewmen on the bridge aren't as an annoyance, I suppose. Or indeed, so that the voices in this cabin aren't heard elsewhere. Oh, could something have happened in here that was for no one else's ears? Do you think? Either that, or it could be to prevent snakes from entering. That's really become a favorite case of yours, hasn't it? Wastebasket. Oh, this is a waste paper basket. Look, and there's still rubbish inside. Indeed? Then let us try. I've discovered recently I have a penchant for exploring the contents of others' waste paper baskets. Oh, I certainly hope only for your work. Ah! Here we have a notice issued to passengers from 3 days ago. 3 days ago? The night before we arrived in London, then? When I was still aboard myself? Evacuation drill notice. Hey! Hey! I didn't have time to read that. Oh yes, there was an evacuation drill. I remember now. For our safety and security, all first-class passengers were constantly under the watchful eye of the crew. So it was a welcome relief to have some privacy for once. The evacuation drill itinerary has been entered into the court record. Wait, I won't look at that. Ah, I can't. Okay. According to the report I was given, Naruhodo was concealing himself in Asogi's wardrobe. Indeed he was! And it was of a similar size to this one. Ah, you must climb inside yourself, my dear fellow. What? Whatever for? It was the site of my first fateful meeting with Mr. Naruhodo. You can experience the moment for yourself now, complete with my dramatic rhetoric. Come along now. In you go. This will only take a moment. Oh, really, Charles? Surely you can just tell me what you said. Oh. Well, I uttered some brilliant remark and opened the wardrobe to reveal the stowaway murderer. Oh, I think I'll just read about it in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes then. Hey, Becky Stu. How are you doing? I heard the objection and was like, why would they put a sound like that in the game at this moment? Are you feeling better now? Good. Ah, yes. You had a good rest. Wait, this wardrobe is weird. Look at that. There are some. What's the name of the English name for that? The. Oh, I don't know how you call that in English. Hinges. Oh yeah, I do know the name. Hinges on the left, but not on the right. Weird. So yeah, we are investigating the cabin. And it's kind of weird because Mikutoba said that Judge Jikoku was on the boat. That's why they came here. But wait, they were on the boat as well. Were they? Or maybe not. And apparently, well, if I believe what Professor Mikotoba was saying, Judge Jikoku was trying to evade them, which is kind of weird. So I don't know what's going on here. Very strange. Evade them? Us, I mean Professor Mikotoba and Sholmes. So why would Shikoku try to flee from those guys? It makes no sense. Weird indeed, yeah. These are the rules of passage. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Oh yeah, have you seen that Mr. Natsume is actually a real person? A real writer? Japanese? Top. Looks like it's written in Russian. Yeah, it is. I think it's kind of this another Russian boat. There's actually the brother of Beef Stroganoff. Whose name is Chicken Stroganoff. Are you not convinced by those puns? Those names, yeah. I've posted an article about the woman who directed the translation, and it's very interesting. Additionally, there are severe punishments for stowing away in wardrobes and or travel cases. Really? Especially in wardrobes. Oh, I feel the rules have increased since I last read them. Probably just my imagination. What about the fact that they're not straight on the wall? Doesn't that strike you? You may be right. Probably just your imagination, though. A trifle. And you know what I always say, Mikotaba. There is nothing important about trifles. Maybe he only remembers the rules he's okay with. Oh yeah, you mean shoals? Pretty much. That's guaranteed. It's probably just my imagination. But I think that might be slightly off. Okay, so this is the clothing of Chachigoku, that's for sure. Oh, that's a substantial heap of clothes on the floor. Another coat, shirts, a dressing gown. Momohoki work trousers, a tansen robe, a haramaki waistband. Clearly the clothing of a Japanese man. And clearly, Japanese men are unaccustomed to the culture of the wardrobe. It looks to me as if they've been thrown in a heap like that in something of a hurry, you know? Oh, indeed. You could help yourself to a Japanese man's shirt, perhaps. I'm sure you made mention of packing too few. Oh, I'd very likely drawn in one of Seishiro's shirts. No, I'll just buy an extra, I think. Any extra that I need, I think. Hey, what's that? The wall is a slightly different color just here, do you see? Oh, indeed! What you have observed arises when a frame that has been hanging for some time is removed. Perhaps your friend is an art thief. It's the same size screw placement as the warning one. Yeah. I think... yeah, that's where the sign was in the SS Buria. I don't know if it's Buria or Buria. Maybe you should check what this word is. But because it probably means something. Buria. Wait, no. What was supersonic intercontinental cruise missile? What? No, probably not that. Okay, I don't know. Oh, it probably means something, but I don't know what it is. Oh, now. There's a bold deduction worthy of a great detective, I'm sure. He may very well be the elusive thief. Elusive? Elusive? Who has been plaguing France's galleries of late. I think perhaps we should focus our attentions elsewhere, Sholmes. Don't you? That outline on the wall. I feel as though I might have spotted something of a similar shape and size elsewhere. Yeah, so... Oh, yeah. They've taken the sign and put it there to hide something. I just want to look at that first. Oh, that's a very that's a very sizable trunk indeed. Trunk. Satiato is partial to all things large. A rather clumsy fellow. If he failed to notice, he left that behind. Perhaps he left it on purpose. It's lighter than you might think, but it's still a hindrance to a speedy escape. Pity. It's locked, so we can't look inside. Surely 5 seconds from now the situation will be quite different, though. Sadly not. It has a 7-digit combination lock. Oh, it's my nemesis. Elusive, illusory, causing illusion, deceptive, misleading. Oh, okay. That said, they spent a great amount of effort in this translation, so maybe I should be more. I should give them more credit. And I'm not in a morose enough mood to work through all the combinations at present. You are still here. Abel Seaman Stroganoff. Hello again. Oh, I was beginning to think you'd never materialize. Hey, you are waiting for me. Of course, I was expecting you to burst in with a hearty Russian profanity far sooner. I was in trouble with Captain because of trick you played before. Oh, poor innocent chicken. It is all your fault. Ship is leaving port soon. Get off, now. Oh, of course, we shall disembark presently, my dear fellow. But first, there is something that must be done. What are you talking about? Why, naturally. The debunking of your deceit and the barring of the truth. Oh, kakoi? 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 What? Kakoi? Is this a Russian word? Kakoi? Soutien scolaire? Probably not that. I don't know. Oh, I'm afraid. I see through your lies. For one thing, Mr. Chikoku has not yet left this vessel at all. More meanings for kakoi. What pronoun? Oh, what? Kakoi. Pronoun. Okay. So it is Russian. Oh! And for another, my dear Seaman Stroganoff. You know exactly where the man is, even as we speak, don't you? How can you? Oh, good gracious, Holmes. You mean you've worked it out? All of it? It's really been too long, hasn't it, old friend? 10 years, no less. So, would you care to join me for a dance of my inimitable logic and reasoning? Oh, nothing would please me more. What is this? We have minutes until the vessel puts to sea. No games now. Time is of the essence. Mr. Stroganoff, allow me to remind you of your earliest claim. You told us that Jigoku left the ship some 2 hours ago. Oh, that is what I said. Sadly, it was a rather clumsy lie. You see, there is something in this room that quite clearly contradicts it. What? Oh yes, of course. I see you've noted it too, Mikotoba. Then please, do take the lead. Oh, we're gonna do it in one pass, okay. What in this cabin shows the impossibility of Chikoku? Wait. Hey, I wasn't finished. Hey, let's see what the last 3 years have done to your observational skills then, Mikotoba. What, the last 3 years? What's been going on? It's been 10 years since we last did these shops. Not 3. Oh, why, of course, it has, quite. Now, all the clues are here in this cabin for your eyes to see. But as I always say, you must not merely look, but observe. Observe and the answers become clear. So, impress me. I think I can manage that. What in this cabin shows the impossibility of Jigoku having disembarked 2 hours ago? What contradicts the claim that Jigoku disembarked 2 hours ago? His clothing? Is that it? Hey, what's that? Large trunk. The mark on the wall, cabin door, the wardrobe. I can't look at anything. It's the glass, because there's ice in it. If he had left, the ice would have melted.
Take that!
What? He stopped dancing. What? Oh, perhaps you should have cleared away that glass. Nice. How curious that the ice shouldn't have melted despite it being abandoned 2 hours ago. Oh! It would appear that the man was here in this very cabin until moments before our arrival. With this well-chilled glass in hand. Oh, get your mind off the refreshment shawls. One might even conclude that somebody informed him of our boarding. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Stroganoff? Oh, but why would Seishiro run from us? Before we consider that question, Allow me to confirm one small matter. Would I be correct in saying that these first-class cabins of the SS Grouse are the same the ones in which you and Mr. Chigoku were accommodated on your voyage from Japan? Oh, that's right. They are. I was in the cabin next door, and Seishiro was... Oh, yes. 50 days in this very cabin, during our voyage. As I suspected. For you see... There are traces in this cabin of a dark secret that Mr. Chigoku had to hide. What traces? I know nothing about this. Ah, this is news to you, is it, Mr. Stroganoff? Oh, Sholmes, what exactly are you getting at? As I said, there are traces in this cabin of some nefarious activities. Something that appears out of place, which I'm quite sure you won't have escaped your notice. Something out of place in here. That's the key to this, Mikotoba. The remnant of the dark deed that took place in here are being masked by something quite incongruous. I must say I didn't foresee ever doing this dance of deduction with you again, Mikotoba. No, quite. But life is full of unexpected twists and turns, as we well know. Yeah, especially when you're in you notice itself? Yeah. Especially in Ace Attorney game. Oh, now then, let's see if I can't uncover the truth here. Yes, you have the floor, my dear fellow. All right, the rules of passage.
Take that!
Oh, it's the rules of passage in this frame here. They're obviously out of place. The way they're hanging crooked on the wall, as if they were put there in a hurry. Yes, as I'm sure you've already concluded. That frame was originally over there. The shape and size are a perfect match. Oh, you are right. When did the frame move? Hardly the most observant of crewmen, are you, Mr. Stroganoff? I would think your captain is quite justified in having his observation about your reliability. Oh dear, that really seemed to touch a nerve. So, Mikotoba, why don't you lift that frame off the wall? A bullet. That looks like a bullet hole. What? Who has been shooting walls? I see. The projectile has been removed. Clearly, the careful occupant of this room has already disposed of it. Is there a bullet in there? No, my dear fellow. Now then, Mr. Stroganoff. Oh, I have the distinct impression that you're attempting to shield the said occupants. I don't know what you are talking about. Why would I try to protect Eastern stranger? Ah, so we're talking about the same man, I see. Good. Oh. I'm sure we can get to the bottom of this in no time, won't you? Because there's some very noteworthy evidence that explains the reason why you're lying for the man. Yes, you've been told to keep up with this pretense as clearly shown by... Oh, I really don't know how to approach this one, Sholmes. Chicken's pupils are blue. Wait, you got a drop? Oh, okay. Oh, that's okay. I don't know. There was a thing in Twitch. Sorry. I really don't know how to approach this one, Sholmes. Wait. Ah, my dear Mikotoba. Simply keep first principles in mind. Study your subject from every angle. And I'm quite sure that you'll see it. In fact, I'd put a wager on it. Oh, so I'm to glare at the fellow from all sides. Well, I can certainly do that. Yeah, when I saw the man, I was like, oh, he's strong enough. And then I realized, oh, but he's not strong enough. Is it the tattoo, which is not a tattoo?
Take that!
No, it's not a tattoo. Oh, Mikotoba. No games now. Were my words, were they not? Come, Sholmes. Well, the fun in life without a little fooling around, eh? It does say Sholmes. Ha 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 ha. Quite right you are. Oh, that was a close shave. I better rethink that before I'm the fool here. Why does he have a tattoo that says Sholmes? Well, I'm not gonna know right now, but I think we're gonna know soon enough. Hey, so a Russian crewman is aiding a Japanese man to evade capture by an English detective. Wow, that's quite an international plot. Nationality didn't come into it. In this respect at least, all humans are the same. Ask yourself what can spur a man to do the bidding of another, about whom he knows precious little. There's only one thing in the world with such repugnant bottomless power. Money. Oh, let's get not carried away now, Sholmes. Does the guy has money? Oh yeah, he's got a big pile of money in his pocket.
Take that!
A wad of banknotes. Victory dance. Oh, it's almost too obvious for words. Quite. The universal language of the world. Money. Oh. Oh, and a wager that the eastern fellow in question is Seishiro Jigoku, yes? Go! So, I presume you realize what this means. Why does he have a tattoo that says Sholmes? Because I think he was supposed to look for someone named Sholmes. There are clear signs that a crime has been committed in this cabin. In the way you're going, sir, you'll find yourself accused of being an accomplice. But... Oh, I believe you know, Mr. Stroganoff. You know where Mr. Chikoku is hiding at this precise moment in time. Oh. The box? As always, Mikotoba, in a matter of detection, the furtive glance is your unfaltering ally. Oh yes, I think you're onto something there, Sholmes. You found the chink in this burly fellow's armor. We need only follow the man's gaze to know where our prey is hiding. The slightest flicker of the pupils, a minutely delayed blink. Nothing escapes my attention, even that which is barely perceptible. Prey? Oh well, they're looking for the man. Oh, you could hardly call this barely perceptible, Sholmes. The man turned his entire head. It's not exactly what you described at a furtive glance, is it? It's almost too obvious. Oh, we shall let your tapping toes decide, my dear fellow. Tapping toes. Okay, with our strength. You turned immediately to look at this large trunk, didn't you? Oh, that's right, the clothes out on the floor. They were in the trunk before. Oh! The truth is, Seishiro Jikoku was unable to escape from the ship in time. And is, at this very moment, doing his best to stifle his breath inside this trunk. If he still has a breath to take, I fear he may be running dangerously low on air. I imagine he didn't count on us making a nuisance of ourselves for quite so long. I think it would be in everyone's best interest for us to open the trunk as quickly as possible. But how can we? How can we? Are you forgetting about the combination lock? We don't know the 7-digit code. Oh, the combination lock can't be opened from inside the trunk. Therefore, there must have been an arrangement for somebody to open it after our departure. Oh, of course. In short, before Chikoku hid himself inside that trunk, Sholmes is the code. How many letters are in Sholmes? Sholmes? I think it's the code. He must have told somebody the 7-digit number for the lock. As I'm sure you can confirm, Mr. Stroganoff. Oh yeah, it's not letters, it's digits. No, I know nothing about combination code. Don't move a muscle, my good seaman. it's the combination. Oh dear. Now, Mikotoba, would you do the honors and open the trunk? Is it a 2? The second one? In that, maybe it's 6? Wait, no, it's not 6. Oh yeah. Is it 2? Oh, must be. 31045, yeah. Oh, nurse, do you expect me? It's a 7-digit number, remember. It's facing the wrong way for a 6. Yeah, I realized that. Quickly now, we have little time. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, there's only 5 numbers. Okay, it's easier then. 1045. All right.
Take that!
Oh, that did it. It's open. You had to meddle, didn't you? There is. Well, Eugene, you found me now. Where was the tap dancing? Well, I guess we're not getting any more tap dancing now. Seishiro. I was really hoping beyond hope not to find you here, you know. Eugene sounds very much like Eugene. Eugene. Oh yeah, I didn't realize. But I don't think they changed the Japanese names. So maybe it was something... I don't know. I have no idea. Hmm. But you're not entirely unsurprised, I take it. No, quite. I just wish it... I just wish it were some other way. Well, are you ever going to introduce me? Oh, your reputation precedes you, Mr. Holmes. I've read stories of many of your exploits. Excuse my manners, Sholmes. This is Mr. Chikoku, my old friend and traveling companion. How did they never met 10 years ago? Oh, the devil is in the details, Mikotoba. I believe you meant to say your old friend and traveling companion, who made the cowardly decision to flee the country without a word to anyone when things turned sour. What? I see my reputation precedes me as well. What an honor. Oh, well, Seishiro, are you going to explain all of this? You know it all by now, I imagine. What you didn't know, of course, is that 3 days ago. On the night before our arrival in Britain, an attempt was made on my life here, on this very ship. Oh, at the Reaper of the Bailey? Yeah, I've since heard. Because you were once prosecuted by the Reaper, weren't you? 10 years ago now, mind you. And I had no idea at the time what a dangerous individual he was. Anyway, when we arrived in London to find the symposium was postponed until goodness knows when, it became all too apparent to me that I might very well be targeted again. Oh, so you decided to flee the capital without saying a word to me about it? Oh, I'm afraid so, yes. Of course, I realize now that I really ought to have confided in you. It's somewhat surprising, I must say. What is it? What is? Well, first-class cabins aboard luxury steamships are in very short supply. It's more than a little hard to believe that this one just happened to be available. But the other one is as well, so I don't know. So says the protagonist of some colorful short stories. Well, I don't care for your opinion. The cabin did just happen to be available. So I purchased a ticket, and here I am. Oh, I've just seen for myself the obvious remnant of that incident in this cabin. So you'd already purchased your return ticket before we even docked in Dover, had you? To prevent anyone else taking this cabin and seeing the evidence. Is that it? Oh, Eugene. I have nothing to say to you. Well, in a mere 5 minutes, this ship will set off on its onward voyage and not make port again until Italy. Sorry, I was just thinking... I got confused about who's called Eugene. But anyway. I'm afraid we must insist that you disembark with us at once. Oh, you have no jurisdiction over my movements. We have this, Seishiro. Take it. What is it? What is it? It's a subpoena from the Old Bailey. You're a man of the law. You know what the ramifications of ignoring a document like this from the British courts would be? You came prepared then, Eugene. Oh, he's not happy. Come on, let's go. One moment. Oh, what is it, Charles? Inside Mr. Chikoku's trunk. I found this rather fascinating trinket. Oh, I knew it! What is that? Seishiro. I can't help you, I'm afraid. Some small component from something. But what? I have no idea. You need a beard to be appointed judge, or does the beard come from being a judge? Huh. That's a good question. Hard to say. Oh, by the look on his face, I think he genuinely doesn't know. Well, let us pocket it as a small souvenir of our brief sojourn in France. The small component has been entered into the court record. The small machine part that Mr. Sholmes found in Judge Chikoku's cabin on the SS Grouse. Well, young Naruto, I think we've done as much as we can, I'm afraid. The rest will be on the shoulders of you and your assistant. 3rd of November, 12:10 p.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. So, oh, by the way, so in the interview of the translation director, she said that Naruhodo and Sato-san are supposed to sometimes be speaking Japanese and sometimes being speaking English, and that's why sometimes they address each other with a Mr. and Miss, and sometimes as san. It's supposed to be distinction between the language they're using. Well, then it wasn't very obvious. Oh, Kazuma-soki. I know you, and I knew you wouldn't lie. But still, there's no doubt that you're holding something back. You know more than you're saying. Oh dear, forgot about this man. During the past 30 minutes, while this court was adjourned, all possible efforts were expended. But sadly, Mr. Chikoku's whereabouts could not be ascertained. We must accept the unfortunate conclusion that the Reaper has already done the deed. There's no sense in wasting any more of the court's time. The prosecution calls for an immediate verdict.
Objection!
No, the trial cannot end now. You're a Japanese man, Ryusuke. You should know when to lay down your sword. But I have no sword. And you should know never to presume when the battle is won. The court has already been presented with all the evidence and heard all the relevant testimony. And there can only be one conclusion. The accused is guilty. All relevant testimony? Far from it. There's still a crucial witness, from whom the court is yet to hear a single word of testimony. Really? Who is it? In that case, call your witness to stand at once, counsel. Oh yes, my lord. Tomorrow, if possible. Oh, the witness is already on his way and scheduled to arrive tomorrow. Who on earth is this crucial witness? Seishiro Jigoku. The very man allegedly murdered by the Reaper. Judge Jigoku, you found him? But the investigations of every policing resource in the capital suggest that Jigoku is already dead. How in the name of God did you find the man? He was located in France during the recess at the port of Dunkirk. Thanks to one of Mr. Helgstrom's famous deductions. Helgstrom's. Inspector Gregson almost certainly met with Mr. Jigoku on the night of his death. Because along with Prosecutor Asogi, Gregson was on a mission to assassinate the man. Which means that Seishiro Jigoku is the sole witness who can clarify exactly what happened aboard the SS Grouse on the 31st of October. Well, it would appear that it's too soon to move to adjudication at this point. The prosecution concurs. The court must hear Mr. Jigoku's testimony. No judgment should be passed until all testimony has been considered. In that case, I hereby call the end of today's proceedings. Court will reconvene at the same hour tomorrow. No objections from either side? No, my lord. No objections, my lord. We live to fight another day. By the skin of our teeth. Oh dear. I don't know, but Judge Jigoku is acting very suspiciously. Wonder what he's hiding. No. We have to. The unexpected halt of proceedings sent a clamor around the courtroom. But outside the Bailey, where Londoners knew nothing of the secret trial within, it was a typical still night. Then, at a little past 8 o'clock that evening... What? Mr. Sholmes and his partner returned to Baker Street. 3rd of November, 8:07 p.m. Sholmes' suite. We have returned, my dear fellows. Oh, welcome back to Britain, and thank you for your timely help. Oh, think nothing of it. I believe you had an even more wearing day at Mikotobanai, no? Oh, you could say that. We were on the brink of defeat in court earlier. Oh, so this prosecutor, Asogi, Had you on the ropes, did he? And he's your best friend, you say? Well, he's not really the man I knew in Japan anymore. Oh, Kazuma's changed. Oh, Naruhodo-san. I mean, it's incredible. To think that he'd even entertained the idea of acting as the Reaper's assassin. Well, nevertheless, you must introduce me. After all, I've only ever met the young man as a corpse. Oh dear. Not the best of circumstances. Arguably. Oh, when all this started. Almost a year ago now. Oh, Mr. Scholl still hasn't told us the truth about what really happened back then. About the motivation for what he himself described as a great detective's lie. Yeah. Which is... Oh. Because we still don't know why he was on the boat, by the way. Huh. Now then, I must say, it's really quite a journey all the way to France. Oh, well, it is another country, Mr. Sholmes. So, what news of Jikoku? Oh, we took him to Scotland Yard. The investigating detectives there have a lot of questions for the man. Oh, poor Professor Mikotoba. Oh, this must be quite a shock for him. Ah, yes. I picked this up at the telegraph office on our way home. Oh, what is it? Surely you haven't forgotten already. I put upon you for the matter only yesterday. Wait, what? You put upon me, Sholmes? I had to fill out your telegram to Japan and foot the bill as well. Oh, you've had a reply already? What was so urgent, though, Mr. Sholmes? Such matters can wait until later. I am far too hungry for an involved conversation at present. Oh, well, that's good news, because supper is ready, everyone. Aha, and what a feast it is! If I were none the wiser, I think the trial were won already. Roast beef, kippers, stew, steak, and kidney pie. Yorkshire pudding. Oh, tomorrow could be a very long day, so eat up. I was wondering about Shire, Yorkshire. Oh, Shire. I'm unclear about how this is pronounced. It might depend on the accent. In that case, I think I'll seat myself just here. Pretty sure it's a sure. Are you sure? Oh, this place appears to be the only one set with a helping of pheasant as well. Oh, sorry, Hurley, not there. Hmm? Why ever not? Are we in set places this evening? Oh yes, and that place is for Susie's daddy. Oh, for me? That's right. I made it especially for you, Professor Miki. Oh, I see. Well, that's terribly kind of you. Terribly kind of you? Doesn't sound right. Oh. It's a shame, really. What do you mean? Oh, well, for a brief moment, I believed it. That Susie and I were half-sisters, I mean. Oh yeah, she would have liked that so much. Oh. Oh. Hmm. Oh, Iris, do you mean? Yes, I know now. I overheard yesterday. I secretly listened into the conversation you had after I tricked you all into thinking I'd left. Oh, what a tricky one. What? Oh, the misunderstanding arose because of that autopsy report from 10 years ago. But actually, it turned out that neither Dr. Wilson nor Professor Mikutoba are Iris's father. But then who is the man? Yes, about that, Iris. You know, Oh, I know. You can't tell me at the moment. Oh, Iris. Oh, the pheasant is by way of an apology. If by way of an apology, I'm sorry for eavesdropping. Oh, no, that's quite alright. Oh, then why don't I get an apologetic pheasant? Oh, so just who is Iris's father? I suppose that's not something we'll be finding out today. So then, let us dine, while our largely pheasantless plates are still piping hot. A fine idea, Sholmes. It all looks absolutely delicious. Oh, eat as much as you like. There are always seconds. Oh, this could be our last chance to ask questions before tomorrow's trial. About that telegram from Japan, and about Kazuma. I can't let this opportunity slip away. The court record. Evacuation drill itinerary. Okay. Examine that. Evacuation drill notice. 31st of October. Following departure from the port of Dunkirk. All crew members are required to assemble on the main deck at 10 p.m. in order to review evacuation procedures. The drill will take 20 minutes. Why do we care about that? I guess we don't know yet. Crew is to resume duties as soon as the drill is over. You see these little things all over the place, don't you? It's the part on the top of a pocket watch that you twist to set the time, isn't it? Oh, it's called the crown, I believe. A watch would be quite useless without one. The crown? Like what sits on top of a monarch's head? That's a very grand name for such a tiny part. 20 minutes without witnesses or guards? Yeah, but what does it tell us? I don't think we don't know yet. But actually... Oh, yes, Naruto-san. If this is a crown... I have a feeling I might have seen a monarch around here somewhere, with a very bare head. Oh, if by monarch you mean pocket watch, then I'm quite sure you have. Oh dear. He knows. Wait, we have the sword? Oh yeah, we have the sword. Karma, the great blade. It's such a thing of beauty. I want to gaze on it for hours. The tip of the great sword, broken. It's such a shame. It's been so meticulously cared for over the years. I can almost hear Karma's sobs. Oh, Kazuma must have really taken a swing for that to happen. The watch. What do you think, Soto-san? Wait, they should be speaking Japanese right now. Oh, are you sure I know exactly what it will fit here? Really? I was just thinking precisely the same thing. Oh, we are about to see what the little round component is actually part of Inspector Gregson's broken pocket watch. Really? I was just thinking precisely that too. A perfect fit. I knew it. Alright, perhaps you knew it, yeah. Oh, I'll make a note of this information at once. The details of the small component have been updated in the court record. A small machine part that Mr. Sholmes found in Judge Shikoku's cabin in the SS Grouse. It's now clear that it's the missing crown of Inspector Gregson's pocket watch. Okay, so he was there, for sure. So we have Sholmes here. Oh, we can only speak to Sholmes, okay. Mr. Sholmes? What are you doing? He has his shoes on the settee. How rude. Oh, surely. It's abundantly clear that I wasn't brooding over Mikotoba's refusal to share his pheasant with me. Nevertheless, I felt the need to withdraw from the social circle for a while and look on with hungry eyes. Sorry, Hurley, but I cooked that pheasant specially for Susie's daddy. Oh, even though I played the role of father to you for that longer. For far longer. Mrs. Sholmes? Could I discuss some things with you? Certainly, my dear fellow. I find myself quite in the mood for a spell of conversation. No doubt, you're hungry to learn more of my deep love of game. Wait, what? I can probably contain my curiosity on that one. You didn't look at me in that fashion. In what fashion? It seems that before we discuss the pheasant, we have some rather unpheasant matter to discuss. The telegram from Japan. Game. Yeah, animals you hunt, like pheasants. I've got a word in French. It's gibier. So, what was in the telegram you received back from Japan then? Ah, this. I thank my lucky stars arrived in time. The code found as indicated. Duplicate photos. Duplicates. What? K. Asagi. A. Shin. T. Gregson. J. Wilson. Wait, what? What's that? What? What? Those 4 names. We've come that exact same list before. We've come across that exact same list before. Wait, when was it? They came up in that unforgettable case last spring. What appeared to be a simple case of aggravated murder turned out to be masking monumental intrigue. A plot that involved the sale of British governmental secrets to foreign states and exposing the means by which those secrets were being leaked, we deciphered a fragment of a message. K. Asagi, A. Shin, T. Gregson, and J. Wilson. But we didn't find the names out until the case was over, and we never did get to the bottom of what they meant. Kiyosaki. Oh yeah, it is Kazuma. It's not his father. Wait, what's the list? Yeah, his father is Genshin. And what's the list about? Oh my god. No idea. All we knew was that the information had been sent by somebody in the British government to somebody in Japan. So, why are the names coming up again now? Oh, yes. Why did the sender of your telegram discover them, Mr. Sholmes? I have here the message I had wired yesterday. Allow me to read it to you. Enter Judge Chikoku's office, undetected, and investigate telegram records. Expect to find communication from Britain, dated only 1 year ago. List of phone names. Need by tomorrow. Naruhodo. Wait, what? He impersonated me as... I sent it to a detective I know who specializes in clandestine missions of this nature. Why does he know someone like that? You ask Inspector Hasunaga to undertake such an onerous task for you. He's disguised as a turtle right now. And in my name? The Reaper organization? Hasunaga, yeah. I wonder what guys he opted for this time. I don't know, maybe a chair, maybe? Oh, my dear fellows, it is a matter of great urgency, you understand? Anyway, the list of names was found in Seishiro's office, as Souls predicted. So that's why. So you mean that mysterious collection of names that was sent from Britain to Japan was... It was sent to Judge Chikoku. He was the intended recipient. I don't believe it. Oh, but that doesn't answer the question of what the list of names actually signifies. I did formulate an hypothesis about that. But without a shred of evidence, I couldn't possibly have shared it. Oh, Mr. Sholmes looks deadly serious for once. The telegram from Japan has been entered into the court record. Kazuma's there. Garderobe. Oh, that tragedy we had to go through on the SS Buria. It was all for nothing. Kazuma wasn't dead at all. Not at all. Not even a little. We were completely taken in by the lie you told us. Your great detective's lie. I took no pleasure in deceiving you. However, at the time, all that concerned me was preventing the young man's study tour from taking place, whatever the cost. What? I capitalized on the event that inspired to see that he was sent back to Japan. His remains, you mean? Precisely, Mr. Sato. And then I made sure that somebody else was sent to Britain in his stead. Oh my, you mean? The arrangement between our two countries was already in place. One university student lawyer and one judicial assistant to be accommodated on a study tour. In other words, by arranging for someone else to fill the place originally intended for Mr. Asoge, I would successfully prevent the man from arriving on our shores for several years at least. Wait, do you mean that to say that it was all in aid of stopping Kazuma coming to Britain? That's why you... Think back. Naruhodo-san. Mr. Naruhodo, sorry. Was there not somebody who quite casually urged you to continue on the voyage to England? The terms of his study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. In the light of Mr. Asoge's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. Oh. My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know? All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely? Oh, but there is no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mrs. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer. The voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer. Also, you manipulated me? I've often remarked on the extraordinary lengths to which friendship would drive a man. I was quite sure that you would rise to the challenge for your late friend. I don't believe it. Oh, but if it was all contrived... I mean, what happened was treated by the authorities as murder. A woman was mistakenly arrested as a perpetrator. What do you suppose became of her? Yeah. Was wondering that. Oh, naturally. I didn't allow the misapprehension to have any serious repercussions. I subsequently explained everything and assisted the unfortunate soul in finding the foreign refuge she sought. Oh. Oh, I seem to remember. Sato-san and I had some rather strong words for her. Well, she was certainly not devoid of any guilt. She deserved every word, I'm sure. Did we have some strong words for her? Really? Oh, I wonder if she made it to America then. Oh. I'm afraid I simply can't comprehend it. Why would you go to such length, Mr. Scholes? Why were you so determined to stop Kazuma-sama from reaching Britain? The truth is, 12 months ago, there was already a very tangible omen of the impending tragedy, you see? Oh. An omen that, at this very moment in time, is close at hand. An omen. An omen? Huh. An omen of all these tragic events that already existed a year ago is close at hand? We need to find out exactly what Mr. Scholes knows. Yeah. Wait, what? We have to present something? I think it's the sword. Is it the sword? Mr. Scholes, would you mind looking at this? Oh, this is hard at the time, Mr. Naruto, as I'm sure you will appreciate. Oh, it's not that. Oh, no, of course not. My attention is entirely drawn to one single matter now. It's a pheasant. Oh, anyone would think you hadn't eaten in weeks. Is there anything we have to present to him? I don't know. Introduction. Reference photograph. I don't know. Oh, I'm right in thinking that the scales are a symbol of the defense in law, aren't they? Oh, they're supposed to symbolize treating everything equally and fairly. Did we read the telegram? Yeah. Oh, that's why they're always in the middle, balanced, equal measures on both sides. Recently, though, whenever I see a set of scales, I can only think of the enormous scales of justice. Oh, that's entirely understandable. They're such a powerful symbol in the courtroom, aren't they? And the thing about the scales of justice is, they're always leaning one way or the other. They only ever balance right at the start. Oh, it must be something peculiar to the British. I'm afraid I can't shed any light on it. Naruhodo-san. Ooh, there's something here. Oh! Oh, it's very fine embroidery here that shows the name of the armband's owner. In this case, Kazuma Asogi. So I'm always carrying my best friend's hopes and dreams with me on my right arm just here, all the time. But to be honest, it's something that weighs very, very heavily on me. Oh, I didn't realize it was such a burden. Naruhodo-san. Oh yes, I think it's why my right shoulder aches so much. Oh. Are you sure? That's not to do with your reading in bed or the like? Wait, what? Eh? can you have a look? No, that's not it. Records found as indicated. Duplicates file photos. Yeah, that's the names. The list of names. That's Telegram. Oh, signed Hosonaga. I didn't see. I don't understand. We're supposed to present something. Just some. No, it's not that. Must be something we had a year ago. So the telegram was just names. But weren't you here when we talked about that? It's a list of names that was leaked by the. Oh, I think you weren't there during this case. There was a previous case where some state secrets were sold to a foreign nation, and we deciphered the message, and it was this list of names. But we did not know the significance of it before. And now they're resurfaced. Well, we still don't know what they mean, but we know that Jigoku was the recipient of the message of the stolen secrets. I don't know what to do now. We really need to present something, but what? Oh, look at his face. I don't know. I don't know what to present. Because there's nothing we had a year ago. No, it's not that. Examine that. Oh dear. Why is it so complicated? I'm looking for the answer. Oh. Oh my god. Just have to present the telegram. Yeah. Oh, there was no room for doubt with your instructions in this telegram, Mr. Sholmes. You were very clear that it was Judge Jikoku's office that should be searched, so... You obviously knew that's where the list of names would be found. Wait, because we have his telegram? No. Oh, we don't. Oh, K. Asogi, Asian, T. Gregson, and Joe Whitson. But we only learned of those 4 names just over 6 months ago now. And only because they appeared as part of the top secret government communications that were leaked. Yeah, it has no bearing on what happened a year ago. That's true, yes. But at the time, you were unaware of the background. You see, those 4 names were wired to Japan. Around 6 months before that. Approximately this time last year, in fact, when you were both still in Japan. Wait, what? It really should be hypocrisy on my part to reprove others for intercepting state secret. Intercepting state secret. Wait, what? Because after all, I'm purposely eavesdropping on communications between the British and Japanese governments. Wait, what? You're perpetually doing what? How? Oh, his machine. His weird machine. That's what he's... It's... Oh, that's the purpose. Never mind the details, but you should know. No secret is safe from Sherlock Holmes when he has designs and knowing it. Oh my, Mr. Sholmes, what a fabulous line. Fabulous. Now, 1 month after that list of phone names was wired to the recipient, Jigoku in Japan, Dr. John H. Wilson was murdered. As soon as I learned of the incident, a hypothesis rapidly took shape in my mind. As it turned out, I was partly correct and partly mistaken. Nevertheless, it was the beginning of all the tragic events that were to follow. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, please, tell us all you know. Tell us about these 4 names and the tragedy to which they're all somehow connected. The 4 names, come on now. As I said, when I learned of Dr. Wilson's murder in Japan, my mind immediately turned to those 4 names, because you see, there was someone else on the list who I believed to be recently deceased. What? Who? A Shin, as it was described in Japanese script. In fact, Miss Assassin. Oh, that's why there's only 1 N. Okay. Oh, yeah. Because, yeah, the message was Japanese. Yeah, Japanese Morse code. That was a familiar name to me. She was a professional killer, well known among London's unsavory classes. Oh, I see. Oh, naruhodo. that she had completely vanished from existence several months before Wilson's murder. So I came to the logical conclusion that she had herself been killed. And accordingly, I became fearful for the lives of the remaining 2 persons on the list. Ah, Kei Yasugi and T. Gregson. Owing to our proximity, I decided to take measures to protect Gregson myself. But I determined it would be safest if young Yasugi were to stay away from Britain. Oh, so that's why you went to such lengths to prevent his study tour from going ahead. Exactly. So, you already knew who Kazuma-sama was, Mr. Schultz. Oh yes, Sholmes and I have exchanged correspondence for years. I've recounted many tales about Asagi to him in my letters. And the news of Dr. Wilson's death, of course. Wait. How long had it been between Wilson's death? Oh, I don't remember. And our departure, I don't remember. Oh. So, Dr. Wilson is dead then. Oh, Dr. Wilson is dead then. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, Iris, I know he wasn't my daddy, but still, that's very sad. Oh, so sorry, Iris. We knew the significance of the name, obviously, but we just couldn't bring ourselves to tell you. No. Oh, but what you just told us, Mr. Sholmes, doesn't completely tie in with the facts. There's one big hole in your hypothesis. Oh, a big hole? Naruhodo-san. Oh yes, you mean about Asashin, I presume. Oh, of course. Exactly, she wasn't killed, was she? She was in Japan, posing as a visiting student under the assumed name of Josale Brett. I'm glad you're keeping up, my dear fellow. But I only became aware of that fact 2 days ago, in the foyer of the Great Waterloo Hotel. Oh. And upon hearing that startling revelation, the hypothesis that I'd formed surrounding those 4 names was completely turned topsy. What? Topsy? Topsy hypothesis. The Topsy hypothesis. Okay. What do you mean when you say your hypothesis was turned Topsy, Mr. Sholmes? Who is this Topsy person? I had believed all 4 names on the list to be names of victims. However, I was mistaken. Very much so. Assassin was a killer. So this telegram is a list of both victims and killers, is it? Indeed, and it would seem that Miss Shin was dispatched from Britain with the sole intention of dispatching Dr. Wilson. Her visiting student status being merely a front. Ah. Oh, which would of course explain why no motive could be determined for her actions. So the real reason Dr. Wilson was killed by Assassin is because he was a target of an assassination. And forearmed with that knowledge, fresh consideration of this telegram puts the list in a very different perspective. Oh, what do you mean? Well, does it not strike you there is another among the four, who subsequently became a visiting student. Oh wait, you mean? But of course, a name you know only too well. You mean Kazuma? Oh, he did say in court earlier today. Yes, on the 31st of October, I accompanied Inspector Gregson to Dunkirk in order to carry out a mission. And the mission was the assassination of the Mark. The Mark being Gregson. Young Mr. Asagi accepted that mission a year ago now. Oh, surely not. In conclusion, this document is a contract of sorts. An international agreement, one might say, detailing an assassin exchange. An assassin exchange? How could Kazuma possibly have got involved in something like that? Assassin exchange. Let's assume that we have two parties, each wishing to dispose of a distinct individual. Those two parties then make a contract to swap their respective assassination targets. That would then be an assassin exchange. Oh, so to begin with, the British assassin is dispatched as a visiting student to Japan, where she kills her target. And then, the Japanese assassin is dispatched as a visiting student to Britain in order to eliminate this target. It certainly does sound like an exchange. Thank you, Sato-san. What? But what on earth is the point? Don't forget, Naruhodo, that the British assassin at least escaped conviction, thanks to diplomatic immunity afforded by consular jurisdiction. Oh yes. Such jurisdiction should be null and void under the terms of the new treaty between our two countries. So the fact that it was brought into play suggests intervention at the very highest levels. The highest levels? These murders were two sides of the same coin, linked not by a common motive, but by a contractual agreement. As such, they appeared utterly unrelated, yet in truth, the assassins were complicit in one singular devilish scheme. The disassociation and the safeguard of diplomatic immunity were, I believe, the motivation behind this plot. Oh, but wait a minute, Sholmes. If this telegram really is describing the exchange of assassins as you're suggesting, it would mean that the Japanese killer's target was never Seishiro Jigoku at all. It would mean Asogi's target was actually Inspector Gregson. What? Kazuma was here for Gregson? So, Judge Jigoku wasn't actually the mark? Oh yes, that's exactly what it would mean. Oh dear, that's so weird. I hold myself personally responsible for failing to keep the inspector safe. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. I told him of my fears, and I implored him to seek a transfer to an overseas position. Obviously, with a young pickpocket in tow. Oh yes, Gina. Come to think of it, Inspector Gregson did mention that to us at the Great Exhibition. That he'd be transferring to Paris, Paris police, to the Paris police, and taking Gina with him. But without informing me, he engaged in one last assignment at Teams. And sadly, it turned out to be his very last. Oh, this is too much to take in. Alright, everyone. That's quite enough of all that serious talk for one day. Isn't it, Hurley? I mean, look at the time. Oh, quite right, Iris. We must conclude our preparations for tomorrow. Oh, what preparations? Well, I think I shall make my way back to my hotel room now. This has certainly been a night to remember. Oh, it is. A little bit sad, though. Hmm? I mean, I like the idea of you being my daddy. Well, I mean, if he was her father, I mean, she would be a bit Asian. I mean, be kind of obvious. Oh, that's sad. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Because I knew a girl. She had I think it was a Vietnamese father. And she just, you wouldn't have known. She'd have brown eyes. Oh, maybe. And maybe not pink hair. I don't know. I have no idea how it works. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway. Oh, because then Susie would have been my big sister. Oh, I'm sorry, Iris. Oh, I know, Iris. I was thinking quite the same thing. Oh, were you? But if somebody like me would be worthy... My father has blue eyes, and all three of his daughters have brown eyes, because my mother is Vietnamese. Well, it doesn't mean it's not possible. I don't know. I don't know enough about the eye colors genetics. I know that the blue eyes are a recessive gene, but I don't know about the dominant. Yeah, but that means it could be a possibility. Probably a very small one. I don't know if there are many Asian people with blue eyes. Unless Mikotoba has a blue-eyed ancestor. I don't think it's... no, because it doesn't have to be. Well, it would be... very... yeah, I don't know. Anyway. I don't know. Oh. Oh, I would be delighted to become your sister. What? Really? Oh yes, without question. Oh, so you teach me all the ways you know to throw a rune onto the floor? Oh yes. Yes, of course. It would be my pleasure. You didn't have to agree quite so readily. Oh, but wait a minute. If Susie's going to be my big sister, you could be my big brother if you want, Bruno. I mean, oh yes, of course. If you'd have me, I'd gladly be your brother. Oh, well done, Iris. We must always be mindful of feelings. I've raised you so well. What? Why is he taking credits? Oh, Because being sensitive is your strong suit naturally. Right. I'm going to work extra hard for tomorrow now, because it's for my big brother and sister. What is all this talk about preparing for tomorrow? Preparing what? You'll just have to wait and see. Oh. They're being very casual about a very big trial, I don't know why. Oh, good luck in court tomorrow. I'm expecting a stirring performance. The electronic bleeps in the music reminded me of Katamari Damacy's soundtrack. Oh, I didn't pay attention. Oh, I didn't pay attention. I'll do my very best, of course. The music changed just as I said that. Oh. My very best, of course. I really like the music in this game. So the overnight break in the trial's proceedings became a crucial turning point, exposing new truths while exposing new conundrums. That list of 4 names on the telegram in Judge Jigoku's office, and the extraordinary assassination plot in which my best friend had somehow become involved. I felt as though I had been plunged into an even greater darkness all of a sudden. But at the same time, I felt sure I would see the light again soon. Because I was lucky enough to have the most wonderful family in the world standing steadfastly behind me. They're all so nice. Ah, yes. I really love this story. Sometimes it's a bit long, but it's really great. It's funny because I was watching a video about the history of the creation of the game, of the series, the Ace Attorney series, and they were saying that the director of the series, I forgot his name, he kind of wanted to make games, so he got into Capcom, and then he thought about this game. Phoenix Wright, and he really wanted to make that, so he pitched the idea, but nobody believed in it, so it wasn't greenlit. He hasn't been able to make it. Then he worked on something else, and since the project went well, he was rewarded by having some time to work on anything he wanted, and that's how we got the game. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, we're going to be able to continue that tomorrow. Lots of twists as always. Can expect more for sure. And soon it's gonna be the end of it. Oh dear. But we'll find new adventures. Alright then, thanks for being here tonight. It's crazy how many twists. Yeah, I don't know how many twists you can get into a single game, a single story. And what I really think is incredible is how all the stories are somewhat linked together, even the first one. And that's kinda incredible. So yeah, while keeping the story so consistent, yeah. The only thing I really kinda well, it's not much of something I have against this particular game, but I think in the overall Ace Attorney series, I find it sad that they didn't get a female protagonist at some point. Maybe that's something they could do in a future episode, because the gender politics in this game, in the series really, aren't great. Not too bad, but they're not great. There's a Professor Layton with a female protagonist. Yeah, I actually tried this one. And I don't know, I couldn't. I don't know. Apparently Professor Layton was made by a big fan of Ace Attorney. It was a big inspiration from that, or for that. And the man who created the game, but it doesn't make it much progressive. Yeah. So the man who created Professor Layton really wanted to have some kind of collaboration with Capcom on that, and he made it happen. Sadly, the game apparently isn't too good, but yeah. It's funny how all those things work. Alright, time for bed. Have a good rest of your day. Package 2, have a good day. Please take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you tomorrow then. Bye.